How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, and today we have some pretty big Spider-Man news. Not only just news in general, but also some leaks that we have to go over. Leaks basically confirming the Spider-Verse, news basically confirming the Spider-Verse, and a statement from Michael Waldron, the head writer of the Loki series, again, basically confirming the Spider-Verse. This really is Hollywood's worst kept secret at this point, and maybe that's why they haven't released the trailer yet. And no, sadly, I have not heard any updates about the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. But in this video, I'll tell you all the new stuff that I have learned and do know. And if you love Spider-Man and Marvel, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. So let's start off by talking about Spider-Man No Way Home reshoots. Now, if you've been following my channel or you've just been looking online, you probably have known that Spider-Man reshoots have been happening for about a week or maybe a week and a half now. So this isn't really news. However, what the news is that they are actually doing the reshoots in LA. And over the past couple of days, guess who has been spotted in LA? All three different Spider-Mans and Kristen Dunst. All of them over the past couple of days have been spotted in LA. And that's no coincidence since they are doing reshoots in LA. So of course that leads us to believe that they are all in LA to do reshoots for Spider-Man No Way Home. It's actually kind of funny, Tom Holland was spotted going to a Suicide Squad premiere. And based off of everything I've heard, that movie is fantastic, so I don't blame him at all. Andrew Garfield has 100% been spotted in LA, so has Tobey Maguire, but there has been sort of a controversial picture that I want to clear up. Kristen Dunst was spotted with a woman that people claimed was Deborah Ann Woll, Karen Page from Daredevil. And this was in LA, so a lot of people thought, okay, so she's going to be in the movie because Matt Murdock is going to be Peter Parker's lawyer in the beginning of the film, so this makes sense. However, Deborah Ann Woll actually commented on the photo and said, that's not me. So although I fully expect Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock to be in the film, I don't expect Karen Page. As it turns out, this is just one of Kristen Dunst's friends. However, when the reshoots were announced, Charlie Cox did have to cancel going to a Comic-Con. And considering all the reports that he's in the movie, that is probably why he had to cancel to go do some reshoots. And I just want to add that Jacob Batalon is also in LA as well. So basically the whole rumored cast is in LA right now, and Spider-Man reshoots are happening in LA. Maybe a couple of them together there at the same time could be a coincidence, but this is like all of them. So I'm going to say this is not a coincidence and it's definitely for reshoots, which basically tells us again that all of them are in the film. But if you need more evidence, don't worry, I have more for you in this video. Let's move on to what Loki head writer Michael Waldron had to say about working with the people who were writing Spider-Man No Way Home. When writing Loki, Michael Waldron admitted that he had to keep in contact with the people at Spider-Man No Way Home and the people at Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And here's what he said about working specifically with the people over at Spider-Man No Way Home. Your production teams are constantly communicating with those producing teams to make sure that you're not screwing each other up. I had the benefit on Spider-Man No Way Home. Chris McKenna and Eric Summers wrote that. I was their writer's PA on season 5 of Community. So I can call McKenna and get bullied by him whenever I want, but also say, hey, what the hell are you guys doing? Let me make sure I'm not ruining it. So there's communication to the extent that the creative teams themselves, the filmmakers, the writers, whoever, can become friendly. It certainly benefits the projects. So Michael basically admitted right there that while he was writing Loki, he couldn't do anything to mess up what was happening in Spider-Man No Way Home. Loki was an incredible series, and it's a good thing we're getting season 2. However, Loki pretty much had one job. Introduce the multiverse, explain the multiverse, destroy that sacred timeline, and send everything into madness. This in turn would set up a ton of future projects for the MCU. Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and of course, long-term Secret Wars. Now, obviously, Spider-Man No Way Home is the first movie to come out after the Loki series. The first movie that connects to it, at least. We're not including Shang Chi or the Eternals here. But the next multiverse project after Loki is Spider-Man No Way Home. But again, Loki kind of just had one point, introduce the multiverse. It's Spider-Man No Way Home that actually has a lot of very calculated things happening in the film. Bringing in Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Kirsten Dunst's versus MJ. And it seems like there are very specific things that have to happen for them to come into this film, which is why Loki's head writer Michael Waldron had to consistently check in with the people over at Spider-Man No Way Home. And if that wasn't enough, we have even more evidence of the Spider-Verse in Spider-Man No Way Home that comes in the form of good old reliable toy leaks. Specifically, the descriptions of some of these toy leaks coming out. They are pretty specific. We have a few here, so I'll just read them and then we'll talk about them after. And not only do these tease the Spider-Verse, but also the Sinister Six. The first one reads, "Swing into terror with the Spider-Man No Way Home 6-inch action figures with lots of articulation and potentially multiversal consequences. Each figure draws its inspiration from the movie, and potentially other movies too." Big tease right there. We then have one from Hasbro that says, "The future of reality has never been less certain than in Spider-Man No Way Home. What madness will be unleashed as Peter comes face to face with unlimited possibilities, just like the possibilities of fun you'll have with these deluxe action figures. Extra action means extra fun, blasting goodness knows what through magic new adventures." Another big tease there, especially because it says unlimited possibilities. But then we have one more that reads, "Blast your way into another universe with the Spider-Man No Way Home Hero Blasters. These fun blasters let you bring the movie adventures home, provided you can find a way back." At this point, I think a lot of people have considered the fact that No Way Home probably is referring to people going back to their own home universes. But as far as the Spider-Verse is concerned, there are some pretty big giveaways here. The first one says potentially multiversal consequences. And it's kind of funny that they say potentially multiversal consequences instead of multiversal consequences. I think this is their attempt to kind of keep people in the dark, but again, we all know. But then again, it says each figure draws its inspiration from the movie and potentially other movies too. Again, why say potentially? We know it's going to be from Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and maybe even another curveball thrown at us. But still, huge indication right there. The other one states that what madness will be unleashed as Peter comes face to face with unlimited possibilities. Of course, when I hear Spider-Man No Way Home and I hear madness, I think of Multiverse of Madness, and when you think of the multiverse, you think of unlimited possibilities. And of course, there's the one for the blaster that says blast your way into another universe. And then it even says provided you can find a way back, as in a way back home. I mean, it's just kind of funny at this point how much evidence that we do have, whether that's legit things that have come out or leaks like this that have come out. I mean, we've had everything from Alfred Molina talking about how he's going to be in Spider-Man and where he's going to pick up from, as in he's going to be taken from his universe right before he dies. Then you have Jamie Foxx posted on his Instagram about Spider-Man coming back as Electro. Then you have things like today where we have all of these leaks talking about the multiverse and the Spider-Verse. And then of course we get things like we've gotten this week where the whole entire cast is seemingly in LA when they're doing reshoots right now in LA. So at this point, it's actually really hard to believe that they haven't released a trailer yet, although I can say this. I have heard that promotion for all of the other Spider-Man and the other universes is not going to start until about halfway into the promotion. So based off of what I've been told, we aren't going to see Tobey and Andrew in the very first teaser. But that's all I have today for Spider-Man No Way Home. Let me know what you think about all of these leaks and news in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.